This is Dr. Holt. I want to go over how to add fractions when the denominator is different. In this problem, you have 2/5 plus 3/4 plus 1/3. So to add these three numbers together, you have to get a common denominator. Now, we can multiply the 5 times the 4 times the 3, and that's going to give us 60, and that will give us a common denominator. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to rewrite the 2/5. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply it by 4 over 4 and 3 over 3. Because the reason you can do this is because each one of these is equivalent to 1. 4 over 4 is the same as 1, and 3 over 3 is the same as 1, so that does not change the number. Now we're going to do the same thing with the 3/4. But in this case, all we have to do is multiply it by 5 over 5. And 3 over 3. We come down and we look at the 1/3. And we can multiply it by 4 over 4 and 5 over 5. So the rule is, whatever you multiply the numerator by, you have to multiply the denominator by the same thing. Alright, so let's look and see what we got. We got 2, we got 4, that's 8 times 3. That's going to give me 24 over 60. Now, I've seen some students in the past, they start trying to reduce this fraction. But you don't reduce it because that was the whole purpose of it, was to get a common denominator. And then you come over here. 3 times 5 is 15. Times 3 is 45. And here you have 20 over 60. And remember, that's the same thing as doing this. 24 plus 45 plus 20 all over 60. Okay, we'll add these numbers together in our heads. 24 plus 45 is 69. 69 plus 20 would be 89. And our answer would be 89 divided by 20. And you can look to see if you can reduce that. And I do not believe you can. And that is going to be your answer. Alright, let's look at another one. Okay, in this example, you have 6z over 5 plus 2t plus z all over 2. And you want to add these two together. Okay, in this case, we'll rewrite the down below to give ourselves some space. I got 6z over 5. Now the common denominator here is going to be 10. So I'll multiply the bottom by 10. And again, I got to multiply the top by 10. Because whatever you multiply, either the denominator or numerator, you must do the same for the other. Here we got 2t plus z over 2. We're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 5. Okay, remember, you're multiplying everything here by 5. So don't make that mistake and only multiply the 2t by 5. Okay, here we will get 12z over 10, and then plus, distribute the 5, that gives me 10t plus 5z all over 10. We bring all those together, that gives me 12z plus 10t plus 5z, and that's all over 10. Now you can add these two together, and when we do that, that will give me 17z. Oops, make that better, 7. 17z plus 10t over 10. And that is your final answer. Alright, let's go to another one. This one's a little bit more complex. In this example, we have 5z over 6y plus 3y over 2x plus 5x squared over 3z. Alright, let's look and see if we can find out what the common denominator is, because that's really going to help us. We have a 6, a y, a 2, an x, and a 3, and a z. So we can tell we can multiply the 2 by 3 to get a 6, and we can multiply the 3 by the 2 to get a 6. So we'll start out, we know 6 is one of the common denominators, part of it, and then I got a y, an x, and a z. So I'll have a y, an x, and a z. That's what I want to get each one of these denominators to be. So we'll start with this one first. Here we have 5. I'll do a different color. Go back to black. Here I will have 5z over 6y. Okay, I need to get the denominator to be that. So I know first I need to have an x over x. And I need to have a z over z. Okay, we'll come to the next one. We have a 3y over 2x. So we know we need to have a y over y. We know we need to have a z over z. And we also know we have to have a 3 over 3. Because we got to get this to be 6yz. Alright, let's do the last one. We got 3z. So we know we need to have an, oops, doing red. We know we have to have an x over an x. We know we need to have a y. Oops, make that better. Over y. And we know we need to have a 2 over 2. Okay. So again, just follow a logical step. Again, the reason you can do this is because each one of these values here is the same as 1. That's the only reason you can do the multiplication. And now go ahead and do the multiplication. Here we will have 5, and you can put them in order if you want to. X, z squared over 6, and I'll put them in order here, x, y, z, plus, we come over this one, we will have 9y squared z over 6x, y, z. And then we'll this one, we have a 5 times a 2, that's going to give me 10. X times x, x squared times x, that gives me x cubed. I have a y, I have a z. Again, that's all over 6x, y, z. So our final answer, now we can't add anything here on top as far as combining, so we just rewrite it as 5x z squared plus 9y squared z plus 10x cubed y z that's all over 6x y z. And that's how you add fractions when the denominators are different. I hope this video helped you. Again, just additional practice is going to make you better at this. Best of luck.